Good evening. My name is Darby Dickerson, and I'm the Dean at the School of Law, and I want to welcome you all to our December 2014 hooding ceremony. A special hello to all of our guests joining us via the Internet. We welcome you as well. The hooding ceremony is a very special occasion, marking an important professional milestone for our graduating students. Students, we are so proud of you, and we congratulate you on completing your law school career. We also want to acknowledge all of the family and friends who are with us live and online today. Without your continued help and support, our graduates would not be sitting here proudly today. So thank you for all you have done. On a day like today, everyone here is special. But I would like to take the opportunity to recognize a few of our guests joining us this evening. We're thrilled to have with us our own alum, the new Chancellor of the Texas Tech University System, Robert Duncan. Chancellor, thank you for joining us. We have Texas Tech System Board of Regents, John Steinmetz. Thank you so much for joining us. Texas Tech University President M. Dwayne Nellis is with us this evening. Texas Tech University Provost Lawrence Skuvenek is with us this evening. Texas Tech Law School Foundation Board President Mark Griffin is with us. Mark, thank you for being here with us. And Texas Tech Law School Alumni Association President Daryl Vereen is with us this evening. I'd also like to acknowledge Dr. Jennifer Bard, who is the Alvin Allison Professor of Law and Chair of the Teaching Academy's Executive Council, representing the Teaching Academy this evening on the front row. And of course, our keynote speaker, who will be introduced in a bit more detail later this evening, the Honorable Chief Justice Kim Thompson Frost. Thank you all for joining us on this special occasion. At this point, I would like to invite Daryl Vereen, and following him, President Nellis, to bring greetings to our graduates and guests. Daryl?
Good afternoon, and thank you, Dean. Class of 2014, this is the second graduation I've attended in as many days, so you're asking yourself, is this guy some professional graduation speaker? Not quite. As I watched my son graduate yesterday and become a United States Marine, I asked myself, why would these young men do this? Why would they go through what they've been through? And maybe that's a question that some people have asked you over the last 3 years, and you might have even asked yourself, why in the world would I do this? The long hours of study and dedication and work and sacrifice that you've made to sit on this stage here this evening in front of your family and friends. But I will tell you that no less important than the Marines who guard our country are the lawyers like you who guard our Constitution and who give life to the rule of law and keep us a nation of laws. And as you graduate and you come out and you're going to be lawyers, you're going to fall back on the skills that you've developed here, your education, and the friends you've made to help you meet these challenges. And these are skills that you developed at your law school, our alma mater, and of which, in a few minutes, you will be alumni, which is a great thing. But remember that no matter how high you may climb, at the end of the day, we all fall back on our roots. And it's your roots and your professors and the friends that you made here and your fellow students that you're going to be talking about for many years to come. I know I do. 22 years after I graduated from the School of Law. And you're going to face many challenges. You're going to have challenging cases, judges, careers, families that some of you may want to have if you don't have already. And one of the greatest challenges that we're going to have upon your graduation as alumni is to help other students and other young men and women achieve what you've achieved this evening. So for the class of 2014, I commend you, I congratulate you, and I am proud to welcome you as a fellow alumni of the Texas Tech University School of Law. Great job.
Good evening, everyone, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you, and especially our graduates tonight. Graduates, certainly congratulations on a job well done. Attaining a law degree from Texas Tech University is a significant accomplishment and speaks to our graduates' high level of personal motivation and pursuit of their dreams. Let me assure you that the entire Texas Tech University community is proud of your achievements, as are your parents, your family, loved ones, and friends who are here tonight to share this day with you. As you move forward with your lives, often reflect fondly on your time here at Texas Tech University and being part of the law school. Remember the people who helped you along the way, the faculty, the staff, and your fellow students. Remember the friendships you've made, and that hopefully many of them will continue for a lifetime. These relationships are a source of stability and fulfillment. Nurture those friendships and hold close your connections to Texas Tech University. You and this university will be better for it. Texas Tech University is a place you can always call home. Return to campus when you can. Speak well of your alma mater and tell the world with pride that you did your law school at Texas Tech University and that you're a Red Raider. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you and best wishes for success. Congratulations again.
I'm thrilled to introduce to you our keynote speaker for this evening, the Honorable Kim Thompson Frost, who currently serves as the Chief Justice for the 14th Court of Appeals in Houston, and last month was reelected to a new 6-year term in that position. She had a very distinguished career in private practice before ascending to the bench. She is a 6th-generation Texan. She earned her law degree in 1983 from Texas Tech University School of Law, having earned her undergraduate degrees, plural, from the University of Texas, and she recently earned an LLM in Judicial Studies from Duke University. She is incredibly dedicated to serving her church, her community, and the legal profession. Just this year alone, she has been named as a modern trailblazer by the Association of Women Attorneys, as the 2014 Merrill Hartman Pro Bono Judge by the State Bar of Texas, and she is the 2014 Texas Tech University School of Law Distinguished Alumnus. Please join me in welcoming Chief Justice Frost to the podium.
The commencement of your journey in the law. Because I have traveled this road ahead of you, I know that today was made possible by your hard work and perseverance, by the love and support of those close to you, and by the dedication, energy, and commitment of an exceptional law school faculty who take ordinary people and equip them to accomplish extraordinary things. Framed in my office is a note from Professor Tom Baker that I received at the conclusion of my first semester right here at Texas Tech. In it, he quotes Maitland, the great scholar of English legal history, who penned the words, "Taught law is tough law." Maitland's astute observation is a powerful reminder of the importance and lasting influence of a legal education. If you don't know now, you will soon discover the value of a strong start at this stellar law school on the West Texas Plains. Today, we honor your strong start and we celebrate the amazing possibilities that lay ahead because you are equipped to do extraordinary things. What is essential for your journey in the law? Many things. Today, I'll speak to 3 essentials. In describing the first essential, Seneca said, "Nothing is more honorable." Aesop said, "It is the sign of noble souls." Cicero said, "It is not only the greatest virtue, it is the parent of all other virtues." What is it? A grateful heart. The first essential is gratitude. A grateful heart will define who you are, what you do, and how you do it. It's not just essential for your professional journey, it's essential for life. The second essential is to pursue your passions in your legal career. How do we follow our passions in the high calling of our daily work? The famed author James A. Michener suggests that there is a sweet spot, that wonderful place where we make little distinction between work and play. In Michener's words, whether at labor or leisure, the master in the art of living hardly knows which is which. He simply pursues his vision of excellence at whatever he does, leaving others to decide whether he is working or playing. To him, he's always doing both. And so it is with those who pursue not money or fame, but a passion. For them, work and play become the same thing. My strong advice to you is this: to the maximum extent you can, pursue your passion in your legal career. Michener's eloquent words capture the notion that it's important to enjoy your daily work. I have a passion for writing. I don't view it as a chore. I enjoy doing it. It's what drove me into law and onto the appellate bench. When I write, I tend to get lost in the process. I lose track of time because I'm enjoying myself. I have found that sweet spot where work and play are one, where my passion is my art and my high calling. Your passion may be in courtroom advocacy, or structuring big transactions, or teaching law. Whatever your passion is, at every turn, let that interest guide your career choices. You will find joy in your daily work. You will remain engaged and excited about what you are doing. And you will reap rewards that elude those who think they can find contentment in prosperity alone. As lawyers, you will get lots of opportunities to pursue your passions and to use your special gifts in the office, in the courtroom, and out in the community. And as lawyers, you will be empowered to serve others in ways no one else can. The third essential for your journey in the law is to serve others. I have seen firsthand how serving others can make a huge difference in a legal career, will give it greater purpose, and it enables lawyers to form relationships with those who have been called the least of these. Some of you may have a passion for helping foster kids or the disabled. Perhaps you have a heart for prisoners or veterans or victims of human trafficking. When we, as members of the legal profession, use our special gifts and follow our passions, our focus becomes less about prosperity and recognition and more about service and fulfillment. Of course, strive to be successful, but don't let your life in the law become just about winning or losing, just about fame or fortune or prestige or power. If you do, you'll miss the best part. Don't settle for those external rewards. Aim higher. Serving is the heart and soul of a lawyer's high calling. It's a lawyer's chief purpose. When we serve others, we show our gratitude for those who have served us. What we do for others today shapes what they do for others tomorrow. Let me share with you a true story that illustrates this point. Born in a wilderness cabin in New York in 1800, a future president grew up the son of a destitute itinerant farmer. His family was extraordinarily poor, so poor that when the boy was 14 years old, he was bound out as an indentured servant, forced to leave his family and work in bondage to a harsh master. It was a dreadful experience, painful and humiliating, but the boy endured it. And during those tough years, the young man became intrigued by books and learning, but he had no one to teach him. He spent what little money he could spare to buy a small English dictionary. It became his prized possession, and he memorized it. He was totally self-taught. The boy's appetite for books seemed to be insatiable, but it was quite difficult for a poor boy to get his hands on books, and he always longed for more. A prosperous lawyer saw the promise in that self-taught teenager and encouraged him to study law, an ambition that was far out of reach for one bound out as an indentured servant. But the lawyer offered his own law books and his office. It was an extraordinary opportunity. The young teen could hardly believe it. Then, 19 years old, this future president still had 3 years of service left on his indentured servitude. But he bought out the balance of his time, giving his master a note and promising to pay it out of the earnings he might have as a lawyer. With that life-changing opportunity, made possible by the generosity of one encouraging lawyer, the impoverished teen was able to escape indentured servitude and get on a path that would one day lead him to the White House. By the age of 23, Millard Fillmore, our 13th president, was practicing law. He became one of New York's most accomplished lawyers and founded Buffalo, New York's most prestigious law firm. Later, he helped found the University of Buffalo. And after his presidency, he helped lay the foundation for one of the nation's finest reference collections. Millard Fillmore never forgot the kindness and generosity of the lawyer who made available an opportunity that allowed an indentured servant to become a respected member of a noble profession, and ultimately the President of the United States. His gratitude ignited his passion and fueled his service, and the fruit of his grateful heart was apparent in every aspect of his life in the law. The bound-out boy who had no one to teach him became a valued mentor to many. The once indentured servant was transformed into a pro bono lawyer for fugitive slaves. The poverty-stricken teenager grew into a philanthropist for education and learning. And the boy who longed for books made sure others never would. It was out of gratitude that Millard Fillmore chose to serve others in the same way he was served. Every one of you has been served here at Texas Tech School of Law. You have been equipped with knowledge and skill to practice law with excellence. What will your grateful heart spur you to do? As Texans, we have a long tradition of taking care of our own on our own. Soon you will become licensed and your professional credentials will empower you to help those who need services but cannot afford to pay for them. When you see a need, how will you respond? In 1836, James Butler Bonham was a 29-year-old lawyer living in Brazoria, Texas. We know him not so much as a young Texas lawyer, but as one of the most celebrated heroes of the Alamo. He was the last man to enter the Alamo before the legendary battle, bearing through Mexican lines a letter to the Alamo commander, an unwelcome message that no help was on the way. The young lawyer was one of the brave who stood and defended the besieged Alamo against impossible odds. On my chamber's wall hangs a picture of James Bonham riding horseback at full speed toward the Alamo, enemy soldiers all around, eyes fixed on his mission. To me, that picture captures the quintessential Texas spirit. When that Texan saw a need, he jumped on his horse and charged full speed toward the battle. The Battle of the Alamo is long over, but the powerful imagery of James Bonham knowing the odds and yet racing toward the battle still inspires us more than 175 years later. Today, we are facing a battle for access to justice. Fellow Texans have great needs for legal services that are not being met. They are under siege, outnumbered, and struggling against impossible odds. Are you ready to charge full speed toward the battle? Today, as you take off your commencement gowns, I'll hope you'll get your Bonham on. We need you, the next generation of Texas lawyers, to race toward the battle. This commitment to serving others is one of the enduring traditions of our profession, and it is a core part of the legacy that you, as graduates of this law school, carry with you into your professional journeys. Winston Churchill famously said, "You make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give." Resolve today to locate the intersection between your great skill and the community's great need. There you will find the high calling of our profession. I leave you with these final thoughts. As you journey in the law, some of you will blaze new trails to the summits. Others of you will leave intractable tracks in the gorges. But wherever your journey and travels in the law may take you, a grateful heart is the grand essential. It will shape your character for a life in the law. It will fuel your passion for your daily work. And it will ignite your commitment to serve others. On this special day, I offer you my hearty congratulations as you graduate from Texas Tech University School of Law. And I offer a fervent prayer that God will grant you the grace to practice and serve our profession and the public in a way that is worthy of the honor.
Good evening. It is now my pleasure to announce the graduation candidates for the class of December 2014. This is indeed a joyous occasion. We will now proceed to the hooding of the class. Those professors and attorneys who are hooding graduation candidates should now approach the stage on my right-hand side. We will now have the hooding of the class. Are we ready? Heather Victoria Banahan Neese. Kristen R. Beltran. Kirby Love Crow. Ozen Aaron. Margarita Aida Flores. Carrie Ann Harris. Nathan Eugene McCune. Patrick Cameron Murray. Cassie Erin Nesbitt. Quincy Jean Perales. Jaime Danilo Pesantes. Charles Patrick Sturmer. Taylor Aaron Stainer. Lance Allen Sumrall. Elizabeth Renee Unger. Abel Villarreal Jr. Craig Ronald Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of December 2014. It is a tradition at Texas Tech University School of Law for the class to elect a speaker to deliver remarks to the class. It is an honor to be selected. Presenting remarks for the class is Charles Sturmer.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out here today to show your support. This is a huge, huge accomplishment for all of us, so it means a lot that you're all here. I also want to thank the graduates for nominating me to be the speaker. I'm honored to be graduating with you guys, but also be speaking on your behalf. I graduated from Thompson State University back in 2012, and I actually gave the commencement speech at that graduation too. Looking back, I have to give myself a pat on the back. It was a pretty good speech. I talked about the importance of not being scared when certain segments of your life come to an end, and the importance of recognizing and taking on new opportunities when they arise. I'd say it was a fitting topic for a graduation speech. To sum up that speech, I talked about how I used to play football at Tarleton State. Football was always my greatest passion, and playing college football was always my lifelong goal. I walked on the team, made a name for myself, but football would come to an end for me a couple years later. When I gave up football, I thought my life was over. I no longer had anything driving me to do anything like that. And then one day, a professor pulled me into her office and talked to me about the possibility of going to law school. And then around that same time, my girlfriend, now fiance, Kirby Crow, who's also graduating today, started talking to me about her dream of going to law school. It sounded crazy, and I wasn't exactly on board, but with a slightly open mind, pretty soon I had a new goal, a new dream, and a new inspiration. So basically what I was getting at in that speech was that a lot of times in life a door will close, but then another door is always sure to open. It's up to us to walk through that door and take on the new opportunities. So that was my speech, and although I believed every word I said that day, I didn't exactly live by those words. We've all heard the phrase, practice what you preach. How fitting for an aspiring lawyer to not practice what he preaches. No, I didn't practice what I preached. The day after I gave that commencement speech, Kirby and I were loading up the last of our belongings in Stephenville and making a long haul to Lubbock, where orientation was to start the next day. I tried so hard to hang on the last few moments there in Stephenville. And I even told Kirby that we didn't need to pack everything. I told her we could leave the lawnmower and stuff like that because we would be coming back to visit in a few days anyways. I just couldn't let go of the place where I'd made so many memories, and I just loved that place so much. Orientation came around. I hated it. I hated the people. I hated the idea of being a lawyer. I hated this building. I hated West Texas, and I hated my new life. And why did I hate it so much? Well, because I didn't give it a chance. The door had opened itself up for me. I'd been accepted, found a house, and moved up here. But I was only halfway through the door. I stayed halfway through that door all the way through my first semester and thought about quitting many times. The closest I ever came to quitting law school started on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. in Professor Kramer's contracts class. I had read the cases on Tuesday. We didn't have class on Wednesday, and for whatever reason, I didn't give myself a refresher before class on Thursday. Of course he called on me and made me stand up the entire 50 minutes of class, drilling me left and right with questions that he knew I didn't know. Finally, he asked me a question dealing with the burden of proof in a criminal case. How that pertained to contracts, I still have no idea. Of course, I didn't know the answer. And then he asked me, well, haven't you ever watched Law & Order or any other law-related show before? I thought to myself, no, I'm a football player and I'm a hunter. I watch Sports Center and hunting shows. I kept my thoughts to myself out of embarrassment and just gave a simple no. Then he said something I'll never forget. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, well, why'd you come to law school? As I sank down in my chair as he released the class for the day, I muttered something along the lines of, sometimes I wonder. Not exactly the kind of response you'd expect from someone who had previously just given a real motivating speech on taking on opportunities and accepting challenges and all that other stuff. Anyways, that was the worst day of my law school career. I walked out of that class with my tail between my legs and told Kirby what happened. She did her best to console me, but I was beat down. As the semester rolled on, I continued to hate it and just kept thinking to myself that I don't belong here. Not until I got my grades back did I finally realize I do belong here. I wasn't A's, I promise you that. I learned 3 valuable lessons that first semester. The first one was always have an open mind. The second one, to practice what you preach. And the third, don't show up unprepared to Professor Kramer's contracts class. But the bottom line of those first few months here at Tech Law is I was incredibly lucky to make it out alive, considering the horrible attitude that I had. An attitude that was only acceptable because as a law student, you spend a lot of time by yourself, and you don't interact with people a whole lot. In contrast, if I had acted that way in a job place setting, I would have certainly been fired. I was holding on to a dream and a lifestyle that wasn't coming back when I had all kinds of opportunities right here in front of me. I ended up coming out of here with a great education, a new perspective on life, and a lot of friends. That was all something I never thought would be possible during that first few months that I spent with 1 foot through and 1 foot still outside the door. The one thing that I had preached and stressed to my peers at Tarleton State not to do. So looking back, I'm pretty ashamed of myself. I want to apologize first and foremost to my fiancée Kirby for putting you through so much hell through those first 3 months. I also want to apologize to my friends and family who had to listen to me complain all the time. And I also want to apologize to Tech Law for not giving it a chance at first. But anyways, this is a commencement speech. I'm supposed to have a new message for y'all. I know it's kind of cheap to give the same message in 2 different settings, but I have to. Even if it means nothing to anyone in here, it means a lot to me. More than anything, it means something to me because this is my second chance to live out my words and actually practice what I preach. So here it goes. To the graduates, now that your time here at Texas Tech School of Law is finished, there's a lot of unknown out there. Some of you may be fortunate enough to have jobs lined up. Some of you don't. Some of you may not end up getting any job involving law for a while. Some of you may get job offers in areas that you don't particularly like. Some of you may have a hard time getting any job. But that's life. We don't always get to choose our futures. But as one door closes, another is sure to open. So as you walk away from Texas Tech School of Law, hold your head up high and be proud of your achievements because this door is closing. But when doors are open to you, whether it's what you want or not, I encourage you all to have an open mind and recognize the opportunity because good things can sometimes be disguised to us. And when you see that door open up, or even if the door isn't open up, maybe it's just unlocked, I encourage you to bust through it and take on your future. During my 1L year, I read a quote that has stuck with me throughout law school and has really helped me along the way. I think I might have read it the day of my worst day in law school, and that's why it means a lot to me. It reads like this. When you get to the end of all the light that you know, and it's time to step into the darkness of the unknown, sorry, it's like, kind of had like some flashbacks. When you get to the end of all the light that you know, and it's time to step into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing that one of 2 things will happen. Either you'll be given something solid to stand on, or you'll be taught how to fly. So good luck to all of you. I hope that you have great careers. And when you get down in the dumps, I hope you remember what I said today. Thanks for giving me a second chance to give a message that means a lot to me in theory, but one that I haven't lived by. I won't let y'all down twice.
That's an incredibly tough act to follow. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Graduates, again, we are so proud of you. You have done remarkable things here. We look forward to hearing about everything that you're going to achieve going forward, both personally and professionally. So be sure to stay in touch with us, tell us what's going on, come visit us, because you are part of the Texas Tech Law faculty. Well, not faculty, family. Not faculty yet, not yet, maybe a few of you later. You're always welcome here, and we love you guys. Congratulations. Graduates, join me one more time in thanking your family and friends. Thank you all for being here with us today on this special occasion. I wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. If the students, the faculty, our special guests, and the hooding attorneys will please stand, we will now engage in the recessional. We'll ask the audience to be seated until we've exited.